Man, what a struggle today. Come off a night shift, slept for 5 hours. At that point, when I started the workout, I hadn't eaten for 14, 15 hours or something like that. Decided to just get up, walk straight outside and get the session over with. I walk outside, man, it's hot, man. Absolutely burning up outside. 40 degrees Celsius. In the garage, it was probably at least 45. So, you know, I'm dripping with sweat, drinking all this water, dizzy, lethargic. I get to work and within like 20 minutes, the phone starts heating over and it stops recording. That's how hot it was getting. The phone actually started overheating and wouldn't record anymore. Anyway, so finished all that up. I did some banded squats again. I did some lunges again. The whole thing took me an hour. I was burning up. I went inside and I thought to myself, what am I going to break my fast with? Wasn't really feeling anything heavy. So I decided to just put together some sort of fruit salad, and I had that. And I'll have something proper to eat later on. But this is the struggle of night duty. This is the struggle of these non-optimal days. But, you know, the moment I walked outside, I knew it was going to be a freaking hard session. But there's something in me that I just going to look forward to these hard sessions. Man, it's so hot in Adelaide today that there's a fire, you know, nearby here in the Adelaide Hills. And so there's all these firefighters right now dealing with it. And it's really weird how the weather works, man. Like it was 40 degree temperature today at 2 p.m. and now it's like 6 o'clock, and there's been a change in the weather and there's a lot of wind now. Which, if you know anything about fires, you don't want wind. So the fire has been started by the 40 degree temperatures, and now there's crazy wind, like 70 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers an hour wind. And so that's really dangerous for the fire to spread. So crazy, man. Crazy combination of weather in one day. I sort of wish I trained now rather than when, you know, waking up, because it's a lot cooler now. It's still hot. But that's the stuff, man. That's the stuff that I kind of look back, and sometimes I don't record all of these sessions, these non-optimal sessions, but man, some days you rock up, man, and the session is so freaking hard. There's so many things against you that but you know, you put your best foot forward and you do the best you can, and that's it. I still believe it's better than nothing. You know, these days is where you train the mental side. That's how I view it. A lot of people don't view it that way. They just look at training through a physical perspective, and it's like, if it's not good for me physically, I'm not going to do anything. But there's an opportunity there for you to train the mental side, the mental game, mental strength. Sometimes life is not going to be fair. Sometimes life is not going to, you know, stack up in your favor, but you fight. You know, there's always an opportunity to grow, and that's kind of how I think about these situations when I'm put into these situations. You know, 5 hours sleep, I haven't eaten for 15 hours or something like that. I come out, it's boiling hot. You know, those are not great circumstances, but you still go through it. Because I believe all of these things, all of these little wins that you do, they add up to something. You know, you might not be able to see it, you know, but you add up all this stuff, and I don't know, that's how I view it. Because if you view every negative, every you know, obstacle in your life, every you know, adversity that you face, if you view it as a negative, it's not good for your mental, man. But if you look at these obstacles and these obstructions in your life, these challenges, and you go, okay, there's an opportunity to grow, it just changes the vibe. It completely changes, you know, what you're going to get out of it. You know, a lot of this stuff is mental. So I guess this is what draws me back to the squad every day. You know, everyone can train twice and 3 times a week. Absolutely. Everyone can do that. You just pick the best 3 days of the week and you go for it. You just avoid some of these types of days. But you miss out. I really think you miss out. And you know, sure, it's good for you to be able to squat, deadlift 200 kilos, all that kind of stuff. But really, what's most beneficial, what carries over most to the life is up here. Life is 90%. Rarely in life are you going to be put into a situation where you have to squat your way out of it, or you have to deadlift your way out of it. But there's going to be many situations where you are mentally obstructed. There's these challenges in front of you. You have to dig deep mentally to fight through these types of periods. That's how I view this stuff. So if you're skipping on the days where you're feeling like shit, I reckon, man, you're missing out on some potential mental gains, potential character building. This is what I think about when I walk outside after a 5-hour sleep, complete freaking fast, and it's 40-degree temperatures. I just go into that mental, and I'm like, okay, let's see how tough he's gonna get. Let's see how long it can last in a scenario like this. And today it was something like 1.5 hours. I did the lunges for about half hour. And then when I went back in the house, it was so cool. It was so refreshing. My wife and the kids came back from being out, and my wife was automatically, let's put the air conditioner on because it's boiling in here. I'm like, you have no idea how cool it is in here right now. What I just went through, that is heat. This garage, man, like it's 40 degrees outside in the open, and this steel up here, the sheets get so hot. You feel like you're in a freaking oven, man. So that heats up. There's 40 degrees outside. Probably in here, I'm saying 45, man. The bar is hot freaking touch. That is a tough, environment to be in. When you go back in the house, that is easy. But it's all about perspective, I have these discussions with my wife all the time. She's like, Ivan, I don't have to go through the stuff that you're going through. It's hot for me. And I'm like, I know, but if you put that air conditioner on right now, I'm gonna catch a freaking pneumonia, man, because it's gonna be freezing in here, So it's all about perspective, and that's what I'm trying to get at. If you go through these tough, periods in your life, if you go through these tough days and tough moments, everything else just it's almost like a palate cleanser. Everything else then gets measured on a different scale. But if I woke up and perhaps I went to the gym, perfectly cool place, come back, I wouldn't appreciate how cold or how cool the house is. I would come back and I'm like, it's really stuffy in here, let's turn the air conditioner on. So see how it's all about the mental in your life. If you've gone through hell and back in your childhood, when you get that Ferrari, it's going to be a lot better than if you're spoon-fed all your life and then you got your Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of stuff. So don't run away from challenges. Don't run away from these hard, difficult situations where it's 40 degrees, you're fasted and you're underslept. That's time to grow, man. It's time to grow, and stop thinking about, it's just about the biceps, No, growth is physical, mental, and also emotional. In your relationships, in your life, there's going to be opportunities where you get tested in that sense as well. No, you don't go straight through the back door or through the front door and say, F you, I'm done with this. No, you sit, you fight, you go through the difficult conversations, you grow as a couple, you grow as a relationship. So there's no quitting here, man. There's no quitting, there's no running, there's no surrender. You stay, you work it out. You stay in the heat and you build the mental. You stay and you work physically. This is what life is about. And I keep saying to you, yes, it's physical, but my God, at least 90% of life is up here. Train this. How do you train your skull, your mind? How do you train it? What's the most uncomfortable thing that you go through? What is it? What is it? Oh, Ivan, you're overtraining. Is it overtraining, or am I training my mind? Which one is it? What are you doing? What are you doing in your life that's going to train your mental? Because I reckon most of you guys that are watching are comfortable. I'm comfortable. So when I get into these types of situations, I want this. This is my time to shine. This is. I want to feel discomfort. Yes, I'm hungry. Yes, I'm dizzy. Yes, sweat's dripping off me. It's 40 degrees. Underslept. I get all that. Good. Let's get after it. Just dropped my rubber ducky. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Mico, dođi vi šta tata ima. Mico. Dođi quick, vidi ko tate u krilo. Vidi ko tate u krilo.
Dođi sjeko tamo, dođi.
Digni on lijepo suknicu meni. Čekaj. A ti dadni tati jedan, Mico?
Šta će?